EA Sports. It's in the game.
He's to the 20, and he's tackled at the 23.
A quick update now. Here's Reese.
Let's check out an old-school, hard-nosed, smash-mouth Big Ten-style game.
What is going on with your YouTube? This is Regular Dave coming at you with another video. And this is a quick little video. This morning they had NCAA Playbook number 3. This one was profiling the new Dynasty mode, well, the revamped Dynasty mode in NCAA 13. It's not people's most, important, thing at a franchise or video game football. Most important, everybody knows, is gameplay. But you do got to have some, replay value. Get something to have people, coming back and not trading this game when Madden comes in, because that's EA's nightmare, basically. Basically how it goes is that, people buy NCAA to hold them over to Madden. This is, not for the true college football fans, but people buy NCAA to hold them over to Madden. And then when Madden comes in, they trade in NCAA, pick up Madden. This is what GameStop wants. This is what EA doesn't want. Because at that point, if you have everybody trading in their NCAA for Madden, GameStop never has to order another batch of NCAA games. They're done because they know they're going to have enough trade-ins to meet their demand. And EA doesn't want that. They want you to keep that NCAA 13. So replay value is key for NCAA 13. The Dynasty mode, they had to keep it fresh, re-energize it. Hasn't been too bad in the past, but they did show a couple things that actually piqued my interest. I prefer Dynasty mode over Road to Glory. I've never been a my player, create your own character, only use him type of player. That's never been my thing. As you can see with my Rise and Fall of Dave Diggler video, just don't like it. So Dynasty is where it's at, man. That's where I started off my playing video games, man. Before this generation, there was no online game, and pretty much you got to play against people who are sitting right next to you, and you had your franchise, your Dynasty, or whatever, and that's where you spent most of your time with the game. So I am a fan of Dynasty mode, and there's a couple things that piqued my interest. I've always been a fan of Dynasty mode just because even when the game wasn't that good, it was like another game within a game with the recruiting. It's probably the closest thing I'm going to get to playing an RPG. Yeah, it is the closest I will ever get to playing an RPG, man. Never been a fan of RPG, but when it involves sports, I can deal with it. And that's what the recruiting is, and they look like they, tweaked it. I'm not going to get into all the minor details. I know a lot of videos will be coming out talking about the minor details, but I'm going to just get some, I watched the whole video cast, and it was a lot to remember. I didn't write anything down. But just some things that caught my interest that I liked. They revamped the recruiting, and I like how it's going to be dynamic week to week, that things will change based on what you do that week as far as the recruiting goes. If you're dropping in the polls, then, shooting a pitch for being a championship contender ain't going to jive with the recruit because you ain't a championship contender, and it's going to look forward to, years, how your recruiting classes in the past have been, what you have on a roster, and it's going to change from week to week. And that is welcome because you can spend a good amount of time playing NCAA 13 and not actually playing the football game, but just with the recruiting. And it's a game within a game, man. And it's a lot of fun when you recruit a guy, you want him to work out, and you get his overall up and everything. It's just a rewarding experience. And they have really, really looked like stepped it up, I guess you could say. Stepped it up to the next level. And One of the things that I like that they did was for each, rating you have, there's something to tell you what you need to do or what affects that rating. Because there's nothing worse, and I hated this in the past, of you have a rating like, let's just say, atmosphere. Yeah, atmosphere, like crowd atmosphere, right? And you're like, I'm not really sure what I have to do to get that up. And then, you have an idea, but it's nothing concrete telling you, and you can't really put a finger on it. But you know what? They had that little bar this year saying, hey, to get the atmosphere up, you need to win your home games, you need to win the national televised home games, that type of situation. And I do like that. That is like, I like to know what I have to do to get the job done and not have to guess. So another thing, and I'm gonna just cut to it. The biggest thing I think they showed in Dynasty. Now they showed a lot, and I'm glossing over a lot, so y'all gotta excuse me, but I'm just giving you my key points. Another thing they showed that was like, okay, EA's finally starting to get it now. They're finally starting to understand. They introduced a new voice to the game, Reese Davis. You guys all know his voice. Like, his voice is synonymous with college football on ESPN because he's always there. While you might not be paying attention, once you hear his voice, you're like, okay, that's Reese Davis. They introduced that. They're going to have a ticker, which is a beautiful thing, man, because I know gameplay is paramount. It's important. It's the most important part. But presentation says a lot, man. It keeps your eyes going back to the game, man. You want to go back to it because you might see something new. So now they got a ticker with, all the things you would see on ESPN. Upset alert, all type of things in the right color that the ESPN does it. And they're breaking into the game with updates with Reese Davis. And I'm like, oh man, they on the right track. There was only one thing that I didn't see that I'm pretty sure they're not going to do because they would have talked about it. That would have been right. And that's breaking news with video of the game, of the actual game that it's breaking from, showing a touchdown or a highlight or something like that. And I know that's down the road, man. If they're thinking like that, I know it's down the road. But you know what? Just the alert, to break in, to cut to a upset alert, or what's going on in your conference, or what's going on with a team that's ranked higher than you, or whatever. Just to cut into that, I can see the gears are turning in the right position. And I'm waiting to see how that works out, because that's one step closer to getting it like a TV telecast style that I've been preaching about since I've been on YouTube, because that's what I want. And they're doing that. So that is actually the biggest thing I took away from that Dynasty. I know, but people who play Dynasty, they're like, how is that going to be the biggest thing you took away? Look at all what they did to the recruiting. And that should really be the biggest thing. But you know what? Sometimes I'm infatuated by all fluff. And that right there, man, is something that I'm really looking forward to. The television style broadcast is going to keep me coming back to the game. And I can say, man, I'm probably not going to take this game back, because I actually regretted taking last year's back, because it's just more. I kind of liked it more than Madden. Now, while I got a hunch that Madden is going to bring it to where, you know what, you're going to want to keep both of them. That's just my guess. We got to see how this plays out. I don't want to hype this up, and I don't want to talk bad about it. I just want to keep it even and wait till I play it, and to really say how it is. But everything's looking on the up and up. That is what's going on in the Dynasty, man. I'll link the little webcast in the description. You can watch the whole thing. It's kind of long. It's like an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. Check it out yourself. Get in the comments. Let me know what kind of enhancements you'd like to see to Dynasty, because I haven't really been deep into Dynasty, so I know y'all know all the bugs and quirks and of what's going on that you'd like to see change. So get in the comments, and I'll get at you guys another time. Peace.